Here we have two Lenovo tablets that came in by the same person. That person looks like he created two tickets for each. He did not send them both as one ticket. Anyway, one of them has a charging port issue and the other one has a screen issue. And both of them are the same. Lenovo Tab M10. Lenovo Tab M10. So we're gonna work on the one that has a charging port issue, because the one that needs a screen, we do not have a screen for that tablet, and it's very rare that we get these tablets here. But I was able to locate a screen for the customer, which is good. We're gonna order one for him and replace it. And the one that needs a charging port, we were not able to locate a charging port for that tablet. I looked on eBay, I looked on Amazon, and you cannot find a charging port for that tablet. Big Boss already disassembled the board and he took out the charging board. The board has a couple of things. It has a microphone, it has a charging port, and it has the SD card reader. Now, I was not able to locate this board anywhere online, and I was not even able to locate the charging port anywhere online. So how do we fix a tablet that we cannot locate a charging port for? For the many of you who've been following the channel, I think you already know the answer. We're gonna be using our 500 ports box. For those of you who are new to the channel and they do not know what the 500 ports box is, you can look it up on our website, NorthridgeFix.com, click on shop and search for 500, and you should be able to locate the 500 charging port box. It's a box with 100 different charging ports, and each compartment has 5 ports, so it's 500 ports inside this box. And it gets shipped to you like this with extra labels here. So the box is labeled from 100 to 144, but we are only using 100 ports. So we're gonna look inside this box and hope that we can find a charging port that will work for this motherboard. If we cannot find exactly the same charging port, then we're gonna improvise. We're gonna find something similar, because I would hate for this tablet to go to waste, and that's why the customer mailed it over here so we can fix it for him. Let's take a look at the board and see what type of charging port we are looking at. It looks like Lenovo has some type of protection on the pins so they do not get loose, the 5 pins in the front here. And that's how the port looks like. The port is clearly damaged from the inside, you can tell. What I want to do is try to locate and see if we have this charging port. So what I want to do is log into NorthridgeFix.com, and you can either go to shop or you can click on the search icon here and type in 500. That's all you need to type. And right here, that's the box. Click on it and you will see a link here. Click on the link and you will see pictures of all the charging ports that we have inside the box. We took those pictures so we can make finding that port easy. Before we look at the photos, let's take a look at the port and analyze what type of port we are looking for. This port looks like it has 4 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. We see 2 notches on the top, 2 notches on the bottom here. We do not have a lip. Some ports they come with a lip. This one here is flat. There's no lip here. So we have an idea on what we are looking for, and we see 2 notches in the center. It doesn't matter if the port has it or not, but if we can find one with those 2 notches, it means that we found an exact match. But if we do not find an exact match, what happens, a lot of factories, they modify the port with time. The port still works, the port's still the same, but they modify the way it looks from the outside. And we always get notified when ports change, so we know how to update our database. Right now, we are out of port number 26. It's discontinued. So now all boxes will ship out without port number 26 until further notice. For all those people who ordered the box previously, you will have that port inside the box, but recently port number 26 has been discontinued. It doesn't mean that if you do not have port number 26, you cannot improvise and use any other port, but it's just to let you know that port number 26 is no longer inside the box. Right now, what we want to do is we want to look and see if we can find a similar port in our database. It's not going to be this one here, because you see how this one has a lip, so ours does not have a lip. We can skip all the ones with the lip. We can skip this one, we can skip this one. This one has 4 legs, 2 on top, but the notches on the bottom looks different. So I would rather find something that looks very close to the one that we have. I'm gonna quickly scan through this. I got so used to scanning through those ports, I can easily find a port that looks similar. I mean, if we cannot find exactly the same port, then we have to look for something similar. I mean, a few of the ports I passed by, we can probably use, but I want to finish looking at all the 100 ports. Port number 83 is very similar, 2 notches on the top, 4 legs. Similar notches on the bottom here, but we do not have the 2 dimples in the center here, which is okay. So 83, we're gonna keep that in mind. Okay, I think I'm gonna stick to number 83. If it doesn't work, then we have to look at something else. Okay, so that's port number 83 here. We got it. We got it. I think it's an exact match. The width, the height. So the port is an exact match. Exact match. The first thing we're gonna do is start by removing this red protection right here. And to do so, we're gonna use our hot air station at about maybe 200 degrees. Looks like it's gonna take more than 200 degrees to remove this. Let's bump up to 300 degrees. 300 degrees is not enough to melt solder on the board, but it's enough to soften this red thing. And this is like a rock. This red material is like a rock. Yeah, look at this. Solder is soft. I mean, I was able to tell by the way solder looked on here. It didn't look like it will take a lot of heat to remove it. Usually I mix unleaded with leaded solder, or I apply low melt solder. But let's see if we are able to wick solder out of the holes without applying leaded or low melt. Yeah, look at that. Solder is soft on this board. I mean, look at the masking layer on the board, the green stuff. Very easy to peel off. A lot of factories are being cheap on their materials. You would think that Lenovo would make high quality parts, or they use high quality components or boards. Look at this. Look at how fragile the mask on that board is. I'm going to apply solder mask on the exposed areas here. Okay, just to make everything perfect, I did not have to do this. To cure the mask and make it hard, we have to use UV light. Just like the dentist, when they put a filling, they use UV light. So let's try the port. Will the port fit? It's a perfect fit. Perfect fit. Wow. Wow. Better than the original. Oh, wait a minute. This is... That's the wrong port. That's the original port. Oh, that was funny. Better than the original. For real. For real, this is better than original. Look at that. Perfect fit. Perfect fit. Better than original, and I had the original one put back. That was funny. I'm gonna pre-apply solder onto the soldering iron tip. Just a tiny bit. Okay. So I just wanted to have a little bit of solder so we can hold that connector in place, and now I'm gonna apply more solder onto the tip. And if we check, pin number 1, very solid, very solid, very solid, very solid, and very solid. And let's solder the back. There's a little bit of flux here, and a little bit here. Okay, and the job is done. Big Boss put the tablet back, and we're gonna go ahead and test it together. Plug the charging port, it went in perfectly. And we're gonna use our power bank to supply power to the tablet. And we're gonna monitor the amp meter. And yes, it's on. And amp meter, the charge rate is 1.86. Excellent. Look at this. I know a lot of people tell me they cannot see the meter on camera, so I'll show it to you under the microscope. Current being drawn 1.73. Okay, awesome. Charging rate 1.73. Awesome, awesome. Tablet is working, everything is good. So for this tablet, like I mentioned, we are not able to buy this board anywhere online. We are not even able to buy the charging port anywhere online. So what do? Should we send it back to the customer and tell them that we cannot fix it? I mean, it's a micro USB port that has 5 pins. We can always improvise. We can find ports that fit. If the port fits and the connection of the port, the wiring of the port is the same, then it will work. Now, it's not practical to place an order for a part every time we get a device, or it's not practical to tell the customer we do not have a part for your device, it cannot be fixed. If that device, for example, came in for a screen replacement and we cannot find the screen, then we tell the customer we are not able to locate the screen, and we cannot fix it. But a charging port that's made out of 5 pins, it's a micro USB port, we can improvise. We can find something similar that we can use instead of that port. But the problem is, where do you look? Where do you look? You go online, you type a micro USB charging port, you're gonna find a lot of different ports online. And it's not practical to buy a part online and wait for that part about a week to get it. It's not practical when you get a repair in, or if you have 10 repairs in or 20 repairs in, and every single repair needs a part. It's not practical to keep ordering parts. You need to have stuff at the shop. And that's why we created the 500 ports box, the 500 micro USB charging ports box. So it makes it easy on us. We get charging port repairs every single day, every single day. If every device we get in, we are unable to locate parts, we're gonna send it back to the customer, we're gonna close the shop and not do business anymore. A lot of people in the comments, they ask, where do you get donor boards from? Where do you get spare parts from? The charging port. If it wasn't for the 500 ports box, I would not have been able to fix this tablet. It's very difficult to go online and search for a port that looks similar to that port. And even if you did find one that looks similar, you buy it, it may end up not being the correct one. So having the charging port box, I always say it, it's a lifesaver. So we were able to get this tablet fixed because we were able to find the right port. Let's say I was not able to find an exact match from the 100 ports that we have inside the box. We can improvise, we can look at something that has similar dimensions. And that happened to me before, where one port was made specifically for that company and that company was not selling the port. So I improvised, I looked at something that looks similar, and the device worked. So for charging ports, I do not care what device we get in. If it has micro USB port, it can be fixed. A lot of people in the comments, they ask me, where do you get your donor boards from? Where do you get your spare parts from? Do you have spare parts for everything? Because it seems like every time you are working on something, you have a donor board for. Now, to answer the question, we buy a lot of broken devices. A lot of people come to our shop here and they sell us broken or non-functional devices. We are at a very busy intersection. A lot of walk-ins, a lot of people come in and they sell us stuff. A laptop that doesn't power on. For example, I have over 47 laptops over there, dead laptops. I only use them for parts. I have laptops that I have never touched before, old laptops I have never touched before. But maybe at one point in time, I have somebody come in with an old laptop and they need, let's say, a CD-ROM, or they need a part from a motherboard. I have it. I mean, I was debating whether I should throw some of those laptops away because they are taking room, and some of them I have not used for a long time. Mercedes-Benz keys, the video we did a few days ago, fixing a Mercedes-Benz key. Where do we get the keys from? We buy them. We buy them, whether it's from a junkyard, whether it's from eBay, whether it's from a salvage place that have keys. I mean, that's a box right here with all salvage Benz keys. We have over maybe 100 keys here. This type of a key for Mercedes. We have this type. We have this type, the one with the triangle and not the circle. Okay, look at this. These are all keys. I have each model in a different bag. We have more keys here. I mean, a lot of keys, bags and bags and bags of keys. So we do not just have one key to rely on, we have a lot of them. We do a lot of Mercedes-Benz key repairs here every single day, every single day, every single day. We get Mercedes-Benz keys of all types. So we have to have donor boards for those keys, because if we do not, then you cannot fix the key. MacBooks, we buy the boards, we buy donor boards. You can go to eBay and search a no power board, or search a broken board, or a salvage board. You can buy those. A lot of times we get devices in our shop, whether it's a mail-in or local, devices that cannot be fixed. And we tell customers it cannot be fixed because you have a problem with the CPU, or you have a problem with whatever. It's something that cannot be fixed. Customer may tell you, take it, I don't want it, or do you want to buy it? You can have it for $20, $30. We buy it, we pay for it, we buy it, and we keep it on the side. Of course, we do not buy all devices, but we buy stuff that we think we're gonna use. Most of the videos that we have on YouTube, we always stock up on parts for those repairs, because we know people are gonna watch the videos and they're gonna mail their stuff over. So we have to have parts for those. So that's where we get donor boards from, or where we get our spare parts from. We either buy them, customers sell it to us, or maybe somebody sends a repair in, we're not able to fix it, and they tell us just keep the device, recycle it, I do not need it. I'm glad we were able to get this tablet fixed, and now we have to order a screen for the other tablet. I think we're gonna ship this over to him now, and then we'll ship this one once we get the screen and we fix it. So that's it. I'm gonna end it right here. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment if you have any questions, and we'll do something else in the next video.